Welcome. Before we get started today, I'm just going to take a moment to let YouTube just let you guys know that I am going live, that I am here, that we are making it do what it do, baby. And then we can get started for today. I am extremely excited about what I have for you guys and this topic in general. If I'm being honest with you, it's one that is something that I have been seeing a lot, and I think this is a really dope conversation that I want to make sure that we are having. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Keandra Jackson. I am a licensed therapist. I'm based here out of Los Angeles, California. I am an award-winning speaker. I am a best-selling author. I am a TV and media personality. I was named by Forbes as one of the next 1,000. I was also recognized by Beyonce and the NAACP for my work. And so your girl has a few things underneath her belt, but I'm super excited to be able to sit here with you guys today and talk about this topic of like, are you the strong friend? So as you guys are coming into the room, I'm just gonna give, can I see y'all? How come I can't see y'all? If you can hear me and see me, can you please put something in the comment box so I can make sure that I am seeing you guys here, because I'm not seeing the comments, and that's a problem for me. I want to be able to see y'all and hear y'all. Okay, so we're going to be talking about, are you the strong friend? There we go. Hey Cynthia. Hey Cynthia Thornton. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for putting something in the comments. Okay, we're going to have a good time. And so before we get started, listen, I just found out today that I hit 11. Hey mom. Oh, my mom's here. Hi mom. Shout out my mama, y'all. Miss Lenora Jackson. So I hit 11,000 subscribers on YouTube today, y'all. So can we get some emojis, some hand claps, some all of the things? Because baby, that is a huge accomplishment. I recently hit 10,000 maybe like less than a few weeks ago, and now I'm already at 11,000. So I'm super excited. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure to do so. Just clicking that little button. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Helps me to create content like this for you guys, helps me to go live like this for you guys. It gives me the energy to keep going. I also launched memberships on my YouTube channel, y'all. So for the people who really want to rock with your girl, okay, who want to get exclusive stuff, exclusive polls, exclusive live streams, one-on-one conversations, and things of that nature, I drop silver, gold, and platinum tiered memberships on my channel. So if you want to tap into that, go ahead and go to my channel, go to the membership tab, and see all of the things that you will be able to get and choose what works for you, okay? Period. So thank you so much, Cynthia, mom, whoever else is in the building. Thank you so much. Don't be shy. Leave some comments, okay? Because this is what keeps the conversation live and interested, right? So tonight or today, depending on where you're at, because it's still 3 o'clock here in Cali, we're going to be talking about something that it really gets real when you're in a position of being the strong friend, right? And a lot goes into it that we don't talk about enough. And so today I want to make sure that we break everything down so you know the one that calls you a strong friend, you need to be checked on. And if you call somebody else a strong friend, you need to check on them too, right? So the strong friend is someone who perceives to have everything all together, but on the outside they look like that, but on the inside they going through a whole lot and no one truly checks on them. So before we go deeper, y'all, I want you to put in the comment section, which one are you? Okay, so let's take a poll. Let's chat it up. Which one are you? Are you the strong friend, which is someone who everybody leans on, but nobody really checks on them? Are you the safe friend? And that is the one where people feel comfortable and they feel open and honest and vulnerable with that person? Or are you the friend in hiding? The one who doesn't really share too much. You don't really talk about anything. You're scared and a little shameful and a little fearful of being overlooked, and you really don't say anything. So which one do you fall into? Strong friend, safe friend, or the friend in hiding? Miss Cynthia, you saying you're the strong friend? Talk about all of it right now. I did a poll on my channel. I think it was like 2 days ago. And I said, hey, if you identify as a strong friend, what is the hardest part of that? And so let me tell y'all what the people said, just in case you didn't see the poll or you didn't take the poll. 42% of people said that they feel guilty about saying no. That's the hardest part for them. 29% of people said, I'm looking at my notes here, said that other people not checking in on them is the hardest part. 15% of people said never being able to share their own problems with other people was the hardest part for them. And then 13% said just feeling exhausted. Okay, Miss Cynthia already said it. Miss Cynthia said, I'm tired, with a T at the end. Okay, so if you fall into any of those camps, I can guarantee you're not alone. You're not alone. There's a lot that goes into being a strong friend, and we're going to break it down today, right? So let's talk about some of the traits. Since we know in the building, if you're just now coming in, drop in the comment section. Do you feel like you're the strong person, the safe friend, or the friend in hiding, right? So let's talk about some of the traits of a strong friend overall, because I think there's a lot of people who might think they're a strong friend, but they're not. Or they are a strong friend and they didn't even realize it, right? Because no one ever told them about it. No one ever said anything about it. And it puts you in a different position, right? Uh-oh. Miss Cynthia, can you hear me? I know my mom said I keep breaking up. I hope that's not the case. I hope my internet is strong. Let me make sure. Am I breaking up? Can you guys tell me before I move forward? I don't want to keep talking and then it's not working fine. Let me know. I don't want to keep talking if I'm breaking up. So let me know if I'm still breaking up. Or if it's just where my mama's at. Because she at work. Miss Cynthia, if you're still there, can you let me know if I'm breaking up? Oh, it just started back. Okay. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully, technology be doing some stuff. So hopefully it's working out. All right, so I'm gonna keep this train moving because we don't stop just because of technical difficulties, right? Like we keep going and we keep doing what needs to be done, and hopefully things continue to work out. Lord bless the live stream, help it work. So the traits of a strong friend is, the first one is always being available to other people. Now, oftentimes this is something where you may want to help other people because that's the thing to do. Like, it feels good to help other people. It feels good to be selfless. It feels good to go above and beyond for people because that's what we will want people to do for us. That's what we will want other people to do for us if we needed something, right? And so it's okay to be available to other people, but the key and the issue is when you're always available to other people. Like, you have your own life, you have your own issues, you have your own problems, you have your own things going on in your plate. And if you are giving, and giving some more after that, and giving some more after that, and giving some more after that, and you're not receiving anything back, then it's time to reevaluate the relationships that you have because it's one-sided, right? Like, I talk about that in my book, Hard Work or Harmony, and maybe I'll link it here. I'll put it in the description of this video, where I talk about the fundamentals of how to have healthy relationships with family, friends, and coworkers, right? Being a strong friend it also means that you're the problem solver. Everybody comes to you to solve issues. Oh, I got issues with my car, I'm coming to you. Oh, I got issues with my money, I'm coming to you. Oh, I got issues with my business, I'm coming to you. Oh, I got issues with my kids, I'm coming to you, right? And it's just like, hold on, pause. I am not Jesus Christ. I am not God. I can't solve all the problems. You may have some answers to certain problems, but it's not necessarily everything, right? And you also are probably perceived as a good listener or the therapist of the group. I had to put that one in there because I'm a therapist, right? I feel like I was the therapist of my friend group long before I was even a therapist. Like, if I really look back on the trajectory of my career, All the way when I was in elementary and middle school, people always came to me for advice, to be the secret keeper, all of the things, right? And I feel like God was just preparing me for this moment, right? But to a certain degree, that can be a default, that can be a negative thing. And also, to a trait of a trait of a strong friend can also mean you're the comforter. When someone's going through something, they come to you. When they need a hug, they come to you. When they need kind and encouraging words, they come to you, right? And so you are that person for everybody. But this person, the strong friend, rarely asks for help too. Yeah, y'all getting quiet in the comment section because I'm on your roll. Rarely ask for help, but you offer it freely to other people, right? And then you also go through something that's very common where people just assume you're always okay. You could be going through the worst situation in your whole entire life, and people are just going to make the assumption that, dang, she good. She got this. She's straight. I ain't got to call her. I ain't got to check in on him. No, they fine, right? And that's not the case because we all go through our own issues too, right? So we're often praised for being like resilient. We can bounce back. We got all of this under we can do this, but people rarely check in on us, right? And people just assume that you have this well put together personality. And it could be because you're looking good. Hair done, makeup done, glasses on point, jewelry on point, outfit on point, right? You just look good externally. So people are like, she's fine. She doesn't look like she's going through anything. She doesn't look like I need to call her. He doesn't look like I need to check in on him. Like, they look fine, but looks can be deceiving, right? It's like, that's not even realistic. We shouldn't be going off of what somebody looks like on the outside because that isn't actual or factual. And so I feel like the traits of a strong friend is like a double-edged sword, right? When you think about it, there's pros to it and there's also cons to it as well, right? And so the pros is that people trust you, you're trustworthy, they can rely on you, you're oftentimes respected, right? Like, people respect you. They like, nah, sis got that, bro got that. You know what I mean? You're admired by people. They look up to you like you're a role model. And that's great, right? But then on the flip side, the cons to this is that being a strong friend can feel mad lonely. Real lonely. Extremely emotionally draining, as Miss Cynthia already said in the comment section. You feel this pressure to perform, this pressure to have strength, this pressure to be strong all the time. You're emotionally exhausted. I'm not talking about a physical exhaustion. How many times have you ever felt physically, or you thought you felt physically exhausted and you were like, I just need to sleep. I just need my 8 hours. I just need a nap real quick and I'm gonna feel better. But then when you wake up, you're still tired. And you continue to be tired, it's probably moved from physical exhaustion to emotional exhaustion, right? This is also a isolating thing as well because you just feel alone. You feel like people don't get you. You feel like nobody's checking in on you. You feel like you're going through life by yourself. And you have this unseen pressure of not wanting to show weakness. Because everybody thinks you're the strong one, right? Duh, that's the whole point of this conversation, right? Are you the strong friend? The strong part makes people not even view you as realistic. Like, you're just superhuman, like you are, a superhero, that you got this S on your chest, and you're just Cynthia, you're just Lenora, you're just whoever you are, being your own individual person. So imagine, I want you to think about this scenario that I'm giving y'all right now. Imagine that you're helping your best friend through a breakup. Imagine that your sibling, your brother or your sister, is having money issues. Imagine that your coworker is going through some type of stress, some type of issues with their kids or whatever. And yet no one knows that you were just crying in your car yesterday. Think about it. That's a real life scenario that a lot of people experience and go through, right? You're going through and helping everybody else, but nobody's checking in on you. Nobody knows that you cried yourself to sleep. Nobody knows that you haven't been working out like you were supposed to. Nobody knows that you haven't been eating right like you were supposed to. Nobody knows that you haven't been sleeping like you were supposed to. Nobody knows that you feel sad and isolated, right? And so that's a real thing because a lot of people experience that. And I think that that's very relatable because you're present for everybody else when nobody is present for you. So I want you to type something in the comment section for me because this is an engaging conversation, right? I want you to type one word in the comment section that describes what being the strong friend feels like to you. I know Miss Cynthia already said she's tired. What else would you say? Mom, if you're still on here and you feel like you're the strong person, type one word in the comment in the chat box that describes what being the strong friend feels like. Does it feel exhausting? Do you feel guilty? Do you feel like nobody checks in on you? Do you feel like you can't express yourself? Like, type one word. Hey, Jenny, thank you for joining. I hope you got your gifts. I sent you something special. I sent you two things, actually. So let me know if you got them. I think they arrived either yesterday or today. So you should have received two gifts from me, and I hope that you enjoy them. Jenny has been a loyal subscriber and follower and supporter of me for a very long time. And it was just on my heart and on my spirit to do something special for her. So yay, you got it. Yay. So I went ahead and sent her something nice to her house. And so it looks like she got it today. I'm super happy for you. All right, Miss Cynthia says, thank you for everybody that's responding. Miss Cynthia says, it got so bad for me that I quit my job of 11 years because I could not focus. I'm selling my house right now so I can start over without anyone knowing my plans or where I am. Laugh out loud. Now, the first part is serious, Miss Cynthia, okay? I know you laughing out loud and doing all of the funny and the kiki, but the first, like, it got so bad to the point where it impacted your employment. And we know if something impacts your employment, it impacts your livelihood too. It impacts your money. It impacts your coin. And y'all know how I feel about that. So it's funny, but also at the same time, it's not funny. You know what I mean? And I get that you want to start over in a new place and to create a new plan for yourself. And I think that that's beautiful. But you just want to make sure that you don't get to the place where you don't like fully isolate either, right? It's cool to take some space, put your boundaries, which we're going to talk about in a second, up for people, right? So they won't run over you and then you'll be back in the same situation over and over again. But you just want to be aware of that. So Miss Deborah says exhausting, period. And that's a common theme that we're seeing. Miss Cynthia said it. Miss Deborah said it. Exhausting, tired. That's a real thing. Cynthia said drained again, right? I love when friends do that for each other. Yeah, when they're just present and helpful, you know, and they're there and they can check in on you. So let's talk about ways to know when you are running on E. Like, as a strong friend, let's talk about kind of like some signs of burnout. And I want to hit them in multiple ways. So I kind of want to hit like the emotional signs, the physical signs, and then like the behavioral signs of like how this shows up in our life. So when you are emotionally burned out, because all of y'all are telling me, I'm tired, Keandra, exhausted, drained, those are all synonyms for I am pooped, right? Emotionally, you feel irritable over small things. And you can tell me in the comment section which one is hitting y'all or which one is truth, okay? And like I already mentioned before when I first started this, if you are new to my channel, if you're just now watching me for the first time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Your girl just hit 11,000 subscribers, and I just launched the membership on my channel to get exclusive behind the scenes content, lives, and doing things just for the people who are members. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check it out. So the emotional signs, the first one is that you're irritable over small things. I know y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like the smallest things bug you, right? Things that would normally bother you. Hey, Sun Goddess, thank you so much for being here. Things that wouldn't normally bother the heck up out of you, right? Like, say for instance, someone drinking some water and you hearing them gulp down their throat, and you're like, ugh, why are you drinking so loudly? Just things that people are walking by you, and you're like, why are you stumping? And you're like, I'm just walking regular. Like, I'm not doing anything differently. It's the small things that will irritate you. You also feel emotionally numb or detached when you are burned out as a strong friend. So sometimes you don't get to feel your emotions. You're not happy like you thought you would be. You're not experiencing sadness or frustration, or you feel all over the place, right? You feel scattered, like Miss Jenny says. Like, that is a real thing. Or you just feel detached. You feel removed from your emotions. It's like, I know I'm supposed to be joy and spirits happy right now, but I don't. I know I should probably be feeling sad and crying right now, but I don't. I really should be pissed off and mad, but I'm not. You feel a detachment from your emotions. And there's this low patience for people, period, right? Like, you just don't have it in you. So some other physical signs as we continue to keep this train moving is you feel fatigued. Y'all already said it in the comments. I'm drained, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Fatigue is a real thing. And it's fatigue, like we mentioned already, that sleep does not fix. You can sleep for 3 hours straight. Miss Deborah said, I am like, why are you chewing so loud? Yo, you guys are hilarious today, okay? Comedy. This is so funny, but it's real, right? Like, the small things annoy you. Why are you drinking loudly? Why are you chewing so loud? Why are you walking so hard? Why are you looking over here? Like, the things that people are just doing normally, it just bothers your soul, right? So in regards to physical signs, it's like we mentioned before, like, sleep can't fix it. You can sleep for 3 days straight, okay? And you're going to wake up and still be exhausted. This is how we know it's a deeper issue, far past just being the strong one or just, needing a nap. Like, we know that it's deep rooted and it's more emotional. And oftentimes those things physiologically show up in our bodies. We get frequent headaches. Oh, you thought your headache was just no big deal? No, baby, you probably burned out. And that's probably a sign. Your body keeps score, y'all. Your body tells you everything that is going on with you. When something is off, pay attention to it. If you notice you keep getting a headache at 5 o'clock every day, hold on, I need to reassess what's going on. If you notice I'm getting a stomach ache, right? If you notice your muscles are tense, a lot of times we carry a lot of tension here in our necks, in our shoulders, right? In between our eyebrows, in between our jaws, right? When was the last time you relaxed your jaw? Our jaws are often clenched, right? So there's just so many things that happens in our body when we are going through so much. Miss Jenny says, I use your techniques, pages 20. You better tell the pages, Jenny. Pages 22 through 25 of your Staying Sane book to calm and recenter my focus. Then I get a second or a third or a fifth win. I love that so much. And she's also referring y'all to my small book on mental health. I have a small pocket-sized book here called Staying Sane in an Insane World, a prescription for even better mental health. And she's referring to probably the list of things that you can do to bring yourself down and recenter yourself. So also too, for physical signs of emotional burnout, appetite and sleep changes. We've been talking about sleep a lot, but if you're sleeping too much or if you're sleeping too little, check it. If you're waking up, if you're having nightmares, check it. If you're not eating as much or you're eating too little, or if you're just snacking or you're just nibbling or you binge eat, meaning eating way too much in one setting, these are all signs that you can be emotionally burned out, right? See, look, Miss Deborah said, I had a headache all July. Very unusual for me. That's real, right? Sometimes we don't even realize it. We think, oh, it's probably a stress headache. You're burned out. Like, especially if you're someone who typically doesn't get headaches, right? And you typically don't have like symptoms going on, and then you randomly have been experiencing something for a long time. I will encourage anybody who's experiencing that. It can be tension, it can be stomach aches, it can be nausea, it can be headaches, to say, hold on, I don't normally get a headache. So what's going on here? You know what I mean? And really reassess or assess the situation, especially if you've had one for a whole month. And I'm pretty sure you were going through a lot in July, right? And so thank goodness we in August. We done moved on. But those are some physiological signs. So let's talk about some behavioral signs and what this looks like externally and how we show up in the world. If you are burned out, if you're the strong friend, defaulting to I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm good, those are typical responses that tells you that you are burned out. I know that that is something that we do a lot in our culture. If you talk to someone and say, how are you doing? You're like, I'm good, I'm fine. That's just our go-to. That's our default, right? But there's some times where it's like, you're not really fine. You're really not okay. You're really not good. So stop saying that, right? Especially if you want somebody to check in on you. So I recently, I just did a video actually about high functioning depression. If you are a woman of color, if you are a Black woman, you're a person of color, this really applies to you. It can apply to anybody, but this applies to you as well, because that's one of the behavioral responses that a lot of people with high functioning depression do, right? People say, hey, how are you? And they're like, oh, I'm good, I'm fine. And it's like, no, you're not, boo. You're crumbling on the inside. You was just crying in your car. We can see it in your eyes. Your eyes are red and puffy, right? And so we put up this front and this facade like we good, and we're really not. Another behavioral sign or an expression outwardly when you're burned out or you're the strong friend is that you avoid personal conversations. Like, you don't want to talk to nobody because if you talk to a certain person, they're going to want something from you. They're going to want some money. They're going to want your time. They're going to want your energy. They're going to want whatever, fill in the blank, and you may not have it to pour out. There are limits to what we can give. And I talked about the strong friend being a double-edged sword, right? So it has pros and it has cons. It's great to be nice and kind and selfless and be there for people. Absolutely, you should. But at what expense? If it's costing you your peace, if it's costing you your time and your energy and your sleep, then it's time to reevaluate. It's time to reassess. And one of the things that I see a lot with people with this one, with the strong friend, is that they overcommit to doing stuff in order to avoid dealing with their own stuff. Yeah. So this one isn't just about other people using you as the strong friend. We have to take accountability too, right? So you will overcommit to avoid dealing with your own stuff. Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll take you. I'll go. No problem. But it's because you're avoiding your own emotional stuff. You're avoiding your own parenting stuff. You're avoiding your own marriage. You're avoiding your own mental health issues. You're avoiding your own fill in the blank. And we have to be real and say, hold on, let's stop running. See, look, Miss Sun Goddess said, that's me. And we love people who keep it real, right? And that's why I loved hopping on here, and I'm going to start doing this more often for you guys, because I love the realness. If you know anything about me and you watch my videos, you know we here. We keep it 100 on this channel, okay? And so I love when y'all keep it real with me too. And so there were so many times, even personally in my own life, where I felt like I was burned out. I am the strong friend. People always come to me. I'm the whole therapist, right? So people always are like, she's fine. She knows what to do. She knows how to work through her stuff. But there's been so many different shifts and changes in my life, personally and professionally, that I was like, baby, where are my friends? Who can I call and cry on a shoulder? Like, who can I call and say, baby, can I get some prayer? Or can you help me? Because everybody's leaning and pulling on me too, right? And not even to talk about like clients and other things, like it's important to know our limits. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm just preaching to the choir here and it's just like you. No, these are some of the things that I experience too, because I'm not perfect. Therapists are not perfect. People think that our lives are like, oh yeah, you know everything. You're supposed to be perfect. You're not supposed to have any issues. Ciao. Please. Please, as the kids say, please. So let's do another engaging activity. I want you guys to put in the comment section, what is your personal, I know I'm burned out sign? I want you to drop it in the comment section. I want you to drop it in the chat section. Meaning, if this thing happens to me, that's when I know I'm burned out. If I feel like this, that's when I know I'm burned out. If I say this, that's when I know I'm burned out. If I do this particular thing, that's when I know I'm burned out. What is that thing for you? I know somebody already said, Miss Deborah already said, I had headaches, right? So that's when she knows she's burned out because she doesn't typically have headaches, right? So what is that thing for you? Jenny says, when I dream about work tasks. Ooh, this is good. This is good. You're so concerned about completing all of the tasks of the day that is trickling on over to your dream life. Wow, right? That's real. And I don't even think it takes a lot of self-awareness to even realize that that's a thing, right? Because some people think like, oh, dreams are just whatever. No, dreams are important. They're very important. And if you're seeing a recurring theme in your dreams, then that's telling you something, right? Sun Goddess says, when everyone gets on my nerves, period. We talked about that irritability, right? Like everything is annoying your soul. And that's really real. So I love the fact that you guys mentioned that and kept it real with me because I know for sure that that's a real thing. So let's talk about something more practical too on like how you can get the support, how you can ask for the support that you want and that you need. Because I think this is the part when people get messed up. This is where it gets a little tricky. This is when I don't know what to do. Because, yeah, I'm the strong friend. People have always seen me as a strong friend. But how do I get out of that cycle, right? Like, how do I shift this? How do I change this? And I want to give you guys some practical tips. Because one thing, if you know anything about me, is that I love for people to walk away with actionable steps. I want you to be able to get off this live and be able to do one or two things immediately, right? To shift and change your situation, or at least start thinking about what you can do to shift and change your situation. So the first thing that I want you to practice or incorporate doing is clear and direct language. Hear me out, because this is the hardest part for most people. You got to say what's going on with you. People are not mind readers. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. People are not mind readers. So if you're not okay, you can't be, oh, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm straight, we good over here, we Gucci, as the kids say. You can't do that. You have to say, I'm actually not okay right now. Do you have a few minutes to listen? Do you have a few minutes to talk? I'm not feeling like myself. I'm okay, but I probably need to talk to somebody. When you get a moment, are you available, right? Like these are some of the clear and direct language that you need to start incorporating. Instead of putting up a fake and a funk, just be clear, be real, and say, I'm not okay. And it's okay to not be okay. I say that all the time in my videos. If you watch it, it's okay to not be okay, right? It's okay to say, woo, there's a lot going on because you're human. You're not perfect. You will never be perfect. So why put up this front like you are? Sun Goddess says, you're right. I had to tell my sister that the other day. Absolutely, right? Because sometimes when we don't say the thing, people make the assumption that we are good without them even inquiring or asking. Because they're so used to us saying it, right? If you keep saying a thing so much over and over and over again for so long, people are just going to start to believe you at face value. People are going to start to believe your word. So if you say I'm good every time somebody checks in on you, people are going to really start thinking you good. But if you say, you know what, I haven't been feeling the best lately. Or you know what, can you talk for a few minutes? Because I got something that I need to get off my chest, right? They're going to start saying like, oh, dang, something is going on with my sister. Something is going on with my friend. Let me check in on them, even if it's a small text message, a small check-in, a quick 5-minute conversation. Those things go a very long, long way. So the next thing is to identify your safe people. And you don't even have to tell them that they're your safe person. I just want you to create a short list of 2 to 3 people. And you can write this list down literally by hand. You can put it in your phone, or you can just think about it right now. I want you to come up with 2 to 3 people, even right now, top of the dome, who you know that you trust, who you know that can hold space for you without judgment, who you know that if you call them right now, they will pull up, they will stop what they're doing, they will check in on you, and they will continue to do so. Identify who those safe people are, because the safe people are the people that, those are your people, right? It could be your mama, it can be a friend, it can be a coworker, it can be your long lost cousin, it can be a stranger off the street. I don't care. Identify 2 or 3 people that's going to rock with you on a high level. Schizo, did I say it right? Schizogony. I'm saying it wrong. Sorry. We're both the strong friends. Sun Goddess says my sister and my uncle without a doubt. Period. And I love you have someone that's like a male and a female, right? Like, because oftentimes I feel like we'll get different perspectives depending on who we are going to, right? Like, men will keep it a buck with you. They'll keep it straight. They just gonna go straight for the jugular. If you need advice, this is what it is, this is what it ain't, right? And then the sister might be a little bit more loving and kind and talk with you and give you other reasons and all of those things to kind of just help you. So I appreciate I appreciate you for putting those people in there for sure. And the next one is setting boundaries and setting them early. Yes, we're talking about let other people know that you can't always be available to them 100% of the time. If your people call you 20 times in a day and you normally answer 20 times in a day and you're annoyed and frustrated by that, guess what? We're going to have to start setting a boundary. We're going to have to say, okay, y'all can't keep calling me all day when I'm trying to work. Okay? I'm not going to be able to keep answering for y'all. And if they call you 20 times, well, guess what? Maybe you only answer 15 this time. That's progress, right? Like, that's a boundary being set. That's you stating what you need. That's letting other people know that you're not 100% available all of the time. You are not on the clock with them 100% of the time. And that goes for your spouse and your kids too. Ooh. I didn't come to play. That goes for, I said what I said. That goes for your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, and your kids too. I don't care if you got a 2-year-old or a 25-year-old. You cannot be available to them 100% of the time. It's just not even healthy, you know? The next one is to practice vulnerability in small doses. Share something small with your safe people to gauge the response. You see what I'm saying? Share something small with people who you wouldn't talk to about certain things that feel a little bit deeper, just to gauge to see if they're a safe person or not. Because you might say something like, yeah, I'm not doing my best. And they'll be like, girl, it's whatever. Who cares? Okay, well, guess what? You're crossed out. I won't be talking to you about anything else that's important to me. But if you say that to someone else and they're like, hold on, you said you're not okay. Well, what's going on with you? Come here. You need a hug. What's happening? You need to talk. Do I need to pull up at your house? You want to go to lunch? Like, if you get that type of response, that's when you know, oh, this person is rocking with me hard, right? And that's people that you want to keep around. And then you just want to keep building on that from there, right? Because this is how trust is built in any type of relationships, by being vulnerable, sharing stuff that might feel a little woo. If I share this, I might feel judged on the outside. But doing those things is really about reciprocity in those relationships, right? I can share something deep with you. You can share something deep with me. That's vulnerability. And when you are vulnerable, that's when relationships have this emotional depth that other people in other relationships don't have, because they're missing the vulnerability and trust piece. So I got another prompt for y'all, because we got to keep this conversation going. If you needed support tonight, today, whatever time of day it is for you, who is the first person that you would text? Now, we already talked about who your safe people were, right? We talked about identify your people, but one person, drop a name. It ain't got to be like the full name, but if it's your best friend, if it's a cousin, if it's a aunt or an uncle, your mom, whoever it is, who would be the first person that you will call if you needed support right now? And you know that they will answer, and you know that they will be present. Who would that be for you? Jenny says, that's mom, 100%. Sun Goddess says, my sister. hands down. I love this, right? This is so good. And it's great to have family who can be there for you like that. Like, I think we take that for granted a lot of the time. There's so many people, I kid you not. There's so many people who don't have family members who you could call, who you could text. They're literally by themselves. They got to default to a friend or somebody else because they have strained relationships or unhealthy relationships. So sometimes we take it for granted how if we have a good family, that we should cherish it and hold on to it a bit longer because not everybody gets that privilege, right? Okay, so this is where we're going to slow things down a little bit because I want to be a little bit more reflective here, right? And if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. I forgot to say that. Like, this is a conversation. This is a dialogue. And, if you have not already, for the third announcement, don't forget to like this video, to comment, and to subscribe to my channel. Your girl just hit 11,000 subscribers, and we want to keep that going. I just launched my channel memberships as well. I have a silver, gold, and a platinum membership on my YouTube channel where you can pay a monthly subscription. It's not even expensive. It's like $5. $10, right? Where you can get exclusive stuff like this. Like, can you imagine me doing one-on-one sessions with y'all or other sessions like this with y'all with a small group of people, not like all 11,000 people? Like, trust me, your girl is worth it, okay? So if you want to go deeper and you want exclusive stuff, make sure to tap in on that. I think I have something attached to here too where you can send super chat, super thanks if you're finding this information helpful. All of those things really do help me to keep creating content for y'all for real every single week. This is really helpful for me as well. So, all right, so let's slow it down a little bit. We've been talking for like the last 40 something minutes about being a strong friend. And now I want to shift that focus and to check in ourselves, right? Because sometimes when we talk about being a strong friend, we talk about, thank you guys so much. I'm just now seeing some of the comments. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of hard work, right? Thank you, Sun Goddess, for being here and subscribing. It really means a lot when people subscribe, right? It's free. It takes nothing from you guys, but to know that I'm providing value. And when stuff like this is like, man, that was really helpful to me, and I was just like, wow, I didn't even realize that this was, on this level. So I appreciate you for being here. I thought you were already subscribed, girl. So definitely subscribe. Stay connected because now you stuck with me. So let's slow it down because when we think about being the strong friend, we often think about like how people are pulling on us, right? We think about the other people and how they're pulling on us. But we also have to check in with ourselves too because we play a role in how we allow other people to treat us, right? And again, if you guys have any comments, definitely put them in the chat box because I will happily answer them. So I want you guys to stop and think for a second. What would you say if you stop being, okay, I'll say it like this. If you stop being strong for just 1 second, what would you say? What would that look like? How would that feel? And I want you to either write it down. I want you to think about it, even if you just want to have it in your head or put it in your phone, if you're on your phone right now or whatever. But this is a no judgment zone. Like, this is definitely just for you. So I want you to think about it like this. Like, if I stop being strong, I would say, this is an example of mine, right? So if we keep it real. So if I stop being strong, I say something along the lines of, I'm tired of being the one that everyone counts on. I'm tired of having to be the one that everyone counts on. That's something that I would say, right? So what would that look like for you? If I stop being strong, I would say this. Jenny says silence. Yeah. And there's no pressure. I know there's a whole bunch of y'all on here right now. And some of y'all are talking to me and some of them aren't. But I know y'all are listening. But I want you to be thinking about this. Like, if you pulled all the strings and everything away, if you had to stop being strong just for 1 second, what would you say? right? So I literally want to give you like a minute to think about it. I wish I had some music to play or something, but I don't want to get copyright strikes on my channel. But I'm literally going to give you guys literally 60 seconds, and I'm gonna look at the timer and the clock here because I want you to think about it. It's really imperative for us to be self-reflective and to think about ourselves and be introspective and aware, because this goes both ways. Both ways. It isn't just about us, but it also isn't just about other people either. If I stop being strong, I would say. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. Another 10 seconds, and then we'll keep going. So if you just hopped in, I've seen a few people just come on in. If I stop being strong, what would I say? Okay, so we see, I told y'all mine already. That was a real one. That wasn't even what I made up. Sun Goddess says, I'm tired of being the go-to person. I want to relax. Ooh, I felt that deeply. Thank you for saying that. Being the go-to person is a heavy weight. It's almost like a privilege that people see you and they know that you can get things done, right? It's like, hey, if I need something, I'm going to Sun Goddess, period, because she's going to handle it. That's beautiful. But at the same time, you're right, it's exhausting. Your second part of that was saying, I want to relax. And relaxation isn't always just, oh, I want to sit on my couch and be lazy and be a bum and scroll through Netflix, even though that might be relaxing to some people. Because I have those moments too where I'm like, I need to binge watch and catch up on my shows, right? That is a form of relaxation. But sometimes we need to emotionally relax. Did you guys know that there's different types of relaxation? Oh, y'all didn't know. Let's get into it real quick. And if you just came in, we have the question of, if I stop being the strong friend, what would I say? The different types of relaxation, right? So you can relax your physical body, meaning you can take a nap, you can lay down, you can get your little blanket, snuggle up, on the couch, on your bed, and literally go to sleep, right? Jenny is right. It's kind of like the 5 love languages, right? And I think I have a video on the different types of intimacy as well, right? The same thing applies. You also can relax emotionally when you're not pouring out, when you're not being the go-to person, when you're not having to talk to everybody, when you just need to recoup and be okay with your own personal thoughts, your own personal feelings, not having to manage and deal with other people's stuff all the time. That's how you emotionally relax. You also can relax in other ways too, that's not just emotional or physical, right? You can do a whole bunch of different things that may fill your cup up, right? Think about all of the things that you enjoy doing and incorporate that, right? Because sometimes it isn't just like, oh, I want to relax. It's like, I want to do something just for me. Even if it's something small, like I'm just going to eat my favorite candy. I'm going to go get my favorite drink from Starbucks. I'm going to go sit in the car for a few minutes without kids, without husband and our partner, and just be silent. Like whatever it is that you need to do for you. Like for me, y'all know me. If y'all have been attached to me for a while, every Friday I go to the beach. Winter, spring, summer, fall. In the winter, when it's raining, I still go to the beach and I go and sit in my car. Like I just need to be by the ocean. It's calming. That's where I hear God the clearest for me. That's where I can just clear my mind. I can hear the ocean crashing and the waves, and there's birds around. And during the summer, because I live in California, right? So during this, I'm going on Friday. I can't wait. During the summer, there's a lot of boats happening. So I'm seeing people on their boats and they're out and just enjoying. And I'm a people watcher. So I'm watching what other people doing. People are out fishing and just doing all of these things. That fills my cup. So you need to figure out the thing that fills your cup, big, small, and incorporate that every single week. Sometimes some of y'all need to do something every single day just for yourself because you have that much of a busy life and that much of a busy schedule. Hey, Miss Alicia. Alicia says, me, I don't know because I'm so used to it. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a great point. Sometimes we're so used to things that we don't even realize that it's an issue. We're so used to being the strong one that we don't even know we were the strong one. We're so used to not having time and space for ourselves that we didn't even realize we haven't been taking time for ourselves until we see other people doing something. You're like, wait, you're telling me that you don't work on Fridays and you go to the beach and chill? Huh, maybe I should do something like that for me. So you're telling me that you have a few hours where you are not with your kids and your partner and you just be by yourself? Huh. So you're telling me you have a, you know what I mean? Like whatever that thing is for you, I think it's important to identify that and incorporate that regularly. I promise you, you will burn out if you don't do something for yourself. And this isn't like, oh, I'm trying to be selfish and not do anything for other people. No, like you have to fill your own cup up, right? You really do. That's why when you're on a flight, it says put on your mask first before you can help anybody else. Look, we can end on that right now. Put on your mask first before you can help somebody else. Can you imagine if you're next to your kid and you haven't put your mask on and there's an issue on an airplane and you trying to help your kid and you pass out before you can even get the mask on your kid? Now you and your kid are messed up. It makes no sense. Put the mask on you, get your oxygen so you can help those around you. That is the concept, right? And Jenny says, align with what is meant for me. Align with what is meant for me so my energy is used to the maximum. Yes, true. Sun Goddess says, true. I took off a couple days just to relax. Also, magnesium drinks are wonderful. Ooh, listen. You guys can start putting any comments or questions that you guys have in the questions box. But I think you made a good point. Sometimes people just need to take time off. Was this a month ago? No. This was 2 months ago for me. I had a long work assignment. I was on this project and I was working for 7 months straight. 12-hour days, y'all. Crazy. 5 days a week. Your girl was working. Okay. And I mean, I was tired and I started to feel it in my body. And this is me telling y'all my personal business, but hey, this is relatable, right? Like we're going to keep it real. Like I started to feel my blood pressure go up. I started to feel tense. And I was like, why? I'm normally good. Like, why? I literally went to the ER because I thought I was about to have a heart attack. Like, I started feeling these palpitations. I said, something is off with me, right? Anyways, long story short, my blood pressure went back normal. They was like, girl, it's stress. You need to, like, calm down. Yeah. And so once I came off of that work assignment, I was like, I have to rest. I had 1,000,001 projects, 1,000,001 things to catch up on, a whole bunch of business stuff, a whole bunch of YouTube videos, a whole bunch of things that I needed to do. But I was like, I have to rest. I knew in my body, in my mind, in my spirit was like, rest, because you're no good to anybody else if you are not where you need to be. So I took 2 weeks off, y'all. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of no work. I didn't even know what to do with myself because, you know, your girl is, she's a hustler over here, you know, like I'm always doing something, seeing clients, making YouTube videos, brand deals, TV, books. I'm always doing something. So to actually rest and rest for real, like my autoresponder was on my email, like y'all couldn't get a hold of me. Like genuinely, like, what am I going to do today? I'm just, okay, so I'm going to watch TV. Okay, cool. What else? Oh, I'm going to go to the beach. Like, I had to figure out things to do. And so I think Sun Goddess made a great point where it was just like, sometimes you just need to relax your whole body, right? And you're right, like magnesium, vitamin D, I always tell my clients who struggle with anxiety and depression. I'm not a medical professional as far as like your doctor, so make sure you check with them. But those things like B6 help so much with your mood. So much, right? So I think you're right where we need to pay attention physiologically to what's going on in our bodies. If you need some vitamins, maybe you are deficient in something. For a long time, I was deficient in vitamin D. Guess what? Your girl wasn't going outside that much. I was inside. And it's not funny, but I was inside like 4 days a week, right? Just not going outside. And I was just like, okay, I probably should go outside and just like literally get some sun on my skin, right? I would go to the doctor and he's like, your vitamin D is low, so I had to get supplements. There was a point where my iron was low as well, right? If you are a menstruating person, pay attention to all of these things, right? Magnesium, super duper helpful in every single way. So you have to pay attention to your body. As I mentioned already, your body will tell you what's going on with you. I knew something was off with me when my heart started beating fast and I got tension in my neck. I said, let me go to the ER, right? And so we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves as much as possible, because if we don't take care of ourselves, who will? We get one body. One. And sometimes you can go through something and it can have long lasting impacts and effects on us. And we got stuff to take care of. We got people to take care of. We got to show up and be great in this world, right? I always tell people that there's somebody in this world who needs the very thing that you have to offer. The very thing that you have to offer. There's somebody in need of that. So if we're not in tip-top shape, if our mental health is not good, if our relationship is not good, if our friendships are not good, if our work and all of these things are not good, then how can we show up and be great in other areas, you know? So it really is us taking care of ourselves to be able to help other people, whether that's on a smaller scale in your family, whether it's on a communal level in your community, whether you doing big stuff and being on TV and doing national and global stuff like me, whatever level that you're on, people need you, right? People need you. So take care of yourself. So look, I am going to open it up for questions. So this has been such a great conversation. I'll be honest with y'all. I didn't know who was going to come on here. I was like, I will be on here talking to myself. So I appreciate every single person who took time out of their busy schedule. Alicia, Sun Goddess, my mama was even on here, Cynthia, Deborah, all of the people who are on here, even the people who didn't say anything but are watching. I appreciate you for being here. So if you guys have any questions about friendships, being the strong friend, or anything else in relation to this topic, I will be happy to answer those questions now. And as you are typing those in the comment section, I just want to encourage you guys to stay connected with your girl, right? Like some of you guys are already my subscribers, so you know how I roll. And I love being able to go live because you guys get to see me in a different light, right? It's like my videos, y'all probably see me as a little bit more professional or polished. And now you get to see that I'm cool, I'm chill, right? And so these conversations are very, very helpful because it helps build that community here that I want on my channel. I want us to be a community here. I want us to be a resource here. I want to be able to help you guys as much as possible. And, you know, in return, you liking and subscribing and staying connected with me and commenting, that helps me, right? And it costs you nothing. It's literally free. So, all right, where's the questions? What you got, Alicia? What you got, Sun Goddess? What you got, Jenny? What you got? What you got? What you got? Alicia says, I love you. You speak facts. I love you too, boo. You guys are so funny. Y'all got any questions? Last call. Last call. Y'all quiet. But this was an engaging conversation. Jenny says this is helpful. I love this. I'm here for it. I'm happy. Jenny says so much wisdom. All right, would you guys, I'll talk to the people that's on here real quick before we get off. Would you guys be interested in me going live more often? Because I haven't gone live. I don't even know if y'all know. I haven't gone live on YouTube in probably over a year. Don't judge me. It's been a minute since your girl was on live over here. So if you would be interested in me going live, even if it was just like once a month or something like that, and then obviously stay connected in my community tab because that's where I post updates and let y'all know when I'm going live. And also stay connected on my mailing list. Hello, because that's where you get the real tea. Okay. Anyways, Sun Goddess says it's hard for me to ask for help or be vulnerable, especially with those that are going through it. What are ways I can be more vulnerable without feeling guilty? This is a good one. I think it kind of goes back to one of the ones that we talked about earlier, too. And it talks about how you have to gauge who you can be vulnerable with first, right? I don't think vulnerability is something that you give to everybody or should give to everybody or that everybody deserves, right? Like some people don't need to know how you feeling, right? Some people don't need to know. And some people aren't the person that you need to ask for help with. So I think it starts with that, making sure, because I think you said your sister, your uncle was the one who was your safe people, right? And so making sure that you figure out who those people are. But it starts with small little things, right? Like the smallest things. Being honest about something that you really can probably do yourself, but asking for help is going to build that muscle, right? So I'm just using a random example, right? So say for instance, you're putting up a poster or a picture on your wall, right? And you can do it yourself, right? But your husband, your partner, or your friend is over and they're like, hey, you need any help? You can easily be like, no, girl, I got it. It's fine. But because you're trying to practice asking for help, vulnerability, you say, you know what? Yeah, can you help me real quick? Girl, hold this real quick so I can nail this. You know what I mean? Like something small. Just start with something so small. Hey, babe, you need help picking up the baby's toys? You can do it in 2 seconds. Yeah, babe, I need a little bit of help here, right? And just have your partner or whoever come and help you. Just little small things is going to build that muscle over time. This is one of the hardest ones for people because it's a muscle that's built. It doesn't happen overnight, right? So just try like small things to see what the response is. You got something going on with your car, right? Tell somebody. I'm just trying to think of random examples. But the key is to not feel guilty, right? This is why 42, I don't know if you were here at the beginning of my live, but I did a poll in my community tab on my channel, and I asked people what was the hardest part about being the strong friend. And 42% of the people said feeling guilty without saying no. So I just want to let you know that you're not alone. 42% of the people who took that poll was one of the ones who said the exact thing that you are experiencing, right? And I think the feeling guilty part is because it feels foreign. When you do something for the first time or you're not familiar with doing something frequently, yeah, it feels weird. Yeah, you feel like, ooh, I don't know if I should do this. I feel bad about it. But the more you do it, the more common it becomes, and you begin to feel less and less guilty over time. Sun Goddess says, yes, please go live. This was such a vibe, period. I love this for us. I love it. I love it. I love it. She says she will practice. T. Stewart is in the building. Terrence Stewart says small steps make great strides. He's also a fellow clinician, so make sure y'all follow his page as well. Men's mental health, relationship, and content about faith in God. Stay connected with him. Jenny says your books are kind of like a person. They are full of actionable advice. I keep hard work or harmony nearby. She is also talking about my other book. I take the Staying Sane book with me. Obviously, that is a small pocket-sized book, so it can literally go anywhere with you. So many ways to practice emotional intelligence. That is beautiful. Thank you so much, Jenny. I'm glad you got your gift, Jenny, as well. Sun Goddess says, wow, yes. Alicia says, this is me. I don't like being vulnerable to people because I don't trust people. I get that. I feel that deeply. I want to encourage you to change your language on that. And I'm giving you a challenge in a good way. I don't want you to say, I don't trust people. It's more like, I don't trust some people. Because I can guarantee that there are people in your life, And you probably had negative experiences, so that's why you don't trust people. But at least, I'm pretty sure you can at least name one person who you can trust, right? One person. I don't even care if it's just a professional, if it's your therapist. You know what I mean? Like, there is at least one person in your life who you can trust, then that debunks the whole thing about people not being trustworthy, right? And so when we don't trust people, it's hard for us to be vulnerable, for us to be honest, for us to be open with them. And then also that impacts our relationships, right? Because when you don't trust people, it's hard to be in a romantic relationship. Woo! I don't know if you're partnered, married, or whatever, but can we keep it real? Like, when you have a hard time trusting people, that trickles over into other areas of your relationship, right? So I just want you to think about that and consider that as well. I'm not trying to get on you, but I just want to, just give you a different way to think about it, because trust is a big one. It's one of those things where it's like you can either have all the trust in the world and it can be snatched away real quick, or you are one of those people who have to build small incremental trust over time, right? Like, I know people who trust people immediately and then, like, the trust is slowly taken away when they start doing stuff. Or people who probably are like you, Alicia, where you don't trust nobody in the beginning, but then you just kind of start to build a little bit of trust with that person over time, right? So I think there's different camps in regards to trust. I don't think one is wrong over the other, but I do think what you're doing is trying to protect your heart so you won't get hurt again. That's really what it is, right? Like, at some point, somebody has let you down. Some point, somebody has rejected you. Some point, somebody did something to you that was not okay, that they shouldn't have done. And you have warded off people like, nope. But we want to make sure you get back to a healthy place in regards to that. So, all right, y'all. This has been a vibe, a good time. Stay connected with me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my new memberships that we just dropped. We just made it to 11K subscribers, so make sure we celebrate. Put some emojis in the comments. Throw up some. This has been so much fun. Please be on the lookout of my next live. I will definitely be dropping some content and some information about that soon. And this has been a wonderful time. So thank you so much for being here. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.